Well, I do hope that this was an informative, useful event. I mean, certainly I think personally that the area of digital twin research is just taking off, and probably the more people get on board. I think one of my colleagues has sort of sent me by email, what is digital twin? It's just another model which uses real data and simulated data, and he's absolutely right in that respect. However, I see as part of the digital twin, not just the model, is the question you're asking about the models are different from the type of models that we used in the past, which are largely for designing processes. And again, the idea that you have models in synchronicity with each asset that you're developing, that's another. So that clearly there are a lot of challenges in this area, and also you can see that the EPSRC in particular have identified this area as an area of investment. And I think that in that context, clearly the ingredients for a successful project is to have this platform for developing digital twins in the future, and a collaborative platform in particular, because as you can see, we cannot all develop everything about the model, especially when it comes to infrastructure. So it has to be a sort of a puzzle assembled by many groups. And the fact that we have the platform now that we can drop the models in and then interconnect them and make them work together, you can see how these models can get better and better. So yes, well, thank you for attending this, and for all the patience and the really good questions. And I hope this will generate a lot more activity and interest in DAFNI platform. And one key message to send is that DAFNI to continue needs to be relevant. And clearly, if you write grant proposals about that in this area of digital twins or modeling infrastructure system, I think talking to DAFNI and including DAFNI in research proposal is important, because that will maintain and ensure sustainability of the resource and the services it provides. Obviously, in parallel, we're looking for other ways of continuing the work. But yes, to be successful, we need engagement. So you're all welcome, and we should encourage you to engage with DAFNI in the future. Thank you.
Thanks, Daniel.
Yeah, I'll just similarly just echo that. I won't say very much more. I mean, yeah, I mean, completely echo all that. I've heard it said, oh, you know, digital twins just a fancy name for simulation, modern name for simulation. But actually, I think what it brings is sort of from a, you know, I'm a computing, my background is in computing, so what it brings to me is a really interesting challenges of integration of a lot of different areas. Yes, there's simulation, but there's also building simulations, but there's also a massive data integration issue, you know, data sharing integration issue. You have to combine Internet of Things, you have to combine into artificial intelligence and distributed systems. It's bringing together all those different sort of computing technologies that have maybe had separate lives before together into one sort of huge cyber physical systems is a really fascinating challenge, and I think that is, you know, what it really brings to me, and an area where I think a platform like DAFNI can really contribute. So yeah, I think that's been a really interesting morning, really great presentation. So I'd like to thank all the presenters and all the audience for some really great questions. So yeah, thank you very much. Are you going to put up the kind of screen, or shall I put up with contact information at the end just now? Why don't I do it? So if I could
yeah,
I could just share this, which just reiterates our contact details. Contact us on info@dafni.ac.uk if you want further information or want to have sort of access to the system for login. So I'll just stick that up for the last, just to remind everybody. Thank you very much for listening.